Wake up, gamers, because you're in the Big Think Dimension, the first gaming podcast to self-isolate and sound good. Featuring KZ Excellent,
I think protest good.
Dan and Bob Video Game,
You see that mountain? You can that cop's wife on that mountain.
Oh.
and Mr. Field
Apple, cinnamon, and berries.
here on GigaBoots.
So what everybody eat for spam this week?
Nothing.
God!
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I guess I'm the only one with the story. I guess it's not spam.
Sold out.
But it's canned meat.
Sold out everywhere. I tried for you.
Oh, wow.
I ate it, but I didn't prepare it in any unique way.
Okay.
I mean, we've had that bacon spam just staring in that pantry, staring at me, you know?
Yeah, no, we need to eat that bacon spam at some point.
Unfortunately, yes. What's your canned meat story, Bob?
I had Skyline chili.
Oh. How was it? Was it legendary?
It's not... For those unaware, Skyline's chili is like from Cincinnati, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's chili with a ton of cinnamon in it. It's super liquidy, and they put it on spaghetti.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while we watched Die Hard the other day, I put it on top of some bow tie noodles with some cheese. It was not great.
Yeah, no.
I got through it, but I can't recommend it. That would have gone better with any other brand of chili. Like, this is so soupy. It was just not even good.
Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't seem great. And not exactly the message you want to send out about your city.
Yeah.
Come here for the soupy mess we call chili. We put it on pasta. Isn't that fucked up?
The messed up thing is that I'm like, it's this bad. I should go there.
That it's working.
Right?
Like, the Midwest has, like, the worst food in the world,
All right.
I feel like, because that chili is Ohio,
Uh-huh.
and then they have, like, the dessert pasta?
What? I didn't
Name
realize.
I forget.
I didn't realize that was them.
They have, like, a dessert pasta casserole.
That could go one of two ways. Probably terrible, though. Any other horrible Midwestern food?
I'm trying to think of some, because there's so many that I used to know about, where it's like, Scrapple isn't the Midwestern, is it? That's like New Jersey.
That's a board game.
True.
I feel like I've heard of Scrapple, but I don't know what it is.
It is all the leftovers of, like, pork production pressed into a loaf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
and
it's
you,
like
and
a
you
nightmare
slice
meat.
it off, and you slice it off and, like, fry it.
Or put it in a sandwich like a monster.
Oh. I thought it had something to do with apples.
I love this. Wikipedia's entry for Scrapple says, Scrapple, alternative names, Punhas, Krepples, type, mush.
Oh, I'm getting sick.
Jello molds, that's a Midwestern thing.
No, what?
Yeah, where you like where you have, like,
Yeah.
things floating in it.
Yeah.
That's a Midwestern thing.
Apparently the Scrapple thing is more of a East Coast thing. Ugh. Anyway. Okay, enough food nightmares. Let's move on to what we've been playing. I'm done here. We're moving on. Hey, KZ, what you been playing? Is he gone?
Hey, Discord, you hungry? You hungry? You want to eat something? You want?
Come here, boy. Come here.
All right, who'd you direct to?
You.
Oh, great! It's always fucking me. this accursed program and website. I played Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition
Oh.
this week.
Cool. I played a little bit of that, too.
Oh, that's cool.
I wish I had time.
I was definitely interested, but I didn't play it.
This was my first time playing that. So, so far, I think it's really, really good. Soundtrack's really good. I've been playing with the new arrangements they did, because you can toggle that. Overall, I think the combat's really interesting, because coming off of playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where that has a similar approach to the combat with like 18 more mechanics put on top of it, this being a lot simpler really helped in immediately understanding what they want to do with, like, setting up your positionals, because the game plays kind of MMO-esque, where you're doing auto attacks and then you select your cooldowns based on applying status effects like flipping the enemy into the air or hitting them from the side for more damage and debuffs. So it was fun getting into that.
I know you're probably farther than me. Do they ever introduce a way to directly control your other characters, like in one combat situation?
As far as I know, it's you cannot do that. You switch the party leader in between fights, and that's how you'll have to do it. That kind of stressed me out a little bit at first because I made the mistake of finally going, oh yeah, I could play as other characters, and I did it, but it was in the area where it was focused on the Mechon, which are the main, as far as I know, the main antagonists of the game, the robots. And your other party members can't deal damage to them until Shulk does a thing. He has like a skill that passes on, like enchants everyone else's weapons so they can deal damage to it. So I was like, this is the worst time for me to switch. But yeah, I was getting into it. I think the story so far has been real good. Whoever voices Shulk is doing a great job. They did not need to have him scream and then use that same scream clip 3 other times like they did for Rex in Xenoblade 2, so I think that's great. The doing quests in this is good in that all the quests suck really bad, but they put like where you have to go on the map at all times, and you can change the time of day whenever you want, and fast traveling is like actually fast. So I had no problem like completing the various side quests in it, which are mostly just kill a bunch of stuff, pick up an item. But as soon as you do the objective, the quest ends. There's no go back to the person. There's some of that for like collection quests.
All of that shit was not in the original. I am so happy the game goes up like 2 points.
Like you'll go say Colony 9, which is the first area of the game. And on the map, they put little exclamation points for all of the people that are available. I tap all those quests, then I go, all right, change time to night. And then boom, all of them show up again for all the nighttime quests that are available.
You used to not have markers on people who would give you quests, so you'd have to get a guide. Like, this person stands here.
And I'm guessing they didn't mark the enemies that you fight either on a map.
Absolutely not. Not the items.
Or the items.
There's one specific item gathering quest late in the game where it's like, if you find this item, do not get rid of it, because you will never find it again.
Oh yeah, and then there's the fact that if you pick, because you sell trash in the game, and trash is in the same tier as certain items you use for quests. And one, I think it's cool that if you pick up an item that's going to be in a future side quest, Shulk will have a vision of him collecting it from the future, going, this will be helpful for the quest I'm on, which I think is neat. But if you go to the sell menu, if it's something related to a quest, they mark it. And they're like, this is a quest item. So I know not to sell any of that. I think that's cool. They added from what people said they added was the fashion gear equipment, where you can just pick an appearance based on armor you already have. So since every piece of armor is cosmetic in this game, you can make yourself look as cool as you want to be and not have to look really stupid because the gear has a certain amount of stats on it. You can just pick whatever you want. Once you picked up a piece of gear, that type has been added to your list, so you can use that for fashion related stuff. But yeah, it's really, really selling the definitive edition feeling with it, because everything just seems really good quality of life wise, and the game's real strong so far. I'm like a good chunk of hours into it. I think I'm at like 4 party members or something like that, so that's good. I now have like 2 tanked style characters, so I'm an okay amount in, but I know there's plenty more to go.
Bob, I hear it's unending.
Is it? Is it really that long?
Supposed to be like 100 hours, right?
What?
It's pretty long. It's probably shorter now that all these cute quality of life shit got added, because a lot of that was like, where's the quest? Where's the quest?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the game is really long is because they made some of the game bad, and now that they've changed and made those parts not bad, it's not too rough. Like side questing, I feel like real direct, real quick, not a problem. Except those times where like, we're gonna put this item right next to this level 75 spider.
Yeah,
and you got to come in from the side, and you got to walk real slowly because they only aggro due to sound. So if you do a little walk, they will not see you.
Oh, that's like Valorant.
There's a lot of really cool stuff in the game. The music's wonderful. Apparently Xenoblade 68 hours on how long to beat. That's the average length of any JRPG ever made. It looks really great, but it's also 720p, so on a 4K television, it does look like they put petroleum jelly on my screen when looking at it. But I guess
it literally looks like a Vita game that you just scaled up to a TV.
It's very low res.
It's unfortunate.
It really is. It's really unfortunate. We need to Switch Pro now more than ever.
Yeah, we really do, because that in 1080p would look incredible.
Yes, it would look so much better in 1080p. Like, not even 4K, 1080p.
Yeah, because all the areas look fantastic, so I still think the game looks great. I'm just like, as soon as they give me the ability for it to look like I put on my glasses while playing the game,
that'd be neat.
It's really going to be great. Also, there are like robots that talk in this, which I knew because I played Smash Bros.
Yeah, Metal Face yells at you.
Yeah, I like the one that I ran into where it seems like the localization or maybe just the voice direction choices, we're going to make them scream at you and they're always peeking. It's really funny. It's just weird, distorted metal man going, I'm British.
As someone with headphones, that scares me. It's very immersive like that.
It really is. But that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I played a substantial amount this week.
Oh, okay. Bob, any comments to add on top of that from your playtime?
As I've always said with this game, like, the soundtrack is so ludicrously better than everything else. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of nuts.
Like,
you made that comment because I now run a JRPG music account, and you literally said you could just post Gar planes over and over again for 3 months straight.
No one would care. They'd all be happy.
Yeah, no, it'd be funny as hell. It'd be great for everyone. Gar planes is great for gaming.
No.
It is.
Yeah.
I still wish they gave you something that likes to move faster. Because right now, I literally like turn on auto run and then look and do something else, which gets me running off cliffs sometimes. But it's okay.
Like, come on, you have Monado speed.
I don't have that yet. Do you get that?
It's a skill in battle. So I'm like, have it also affect you in the overworld, because there's a part where it's like, oh, you can just make them so they're faster. I think it increases their dodge chance in combat.
Yeah, that'd be great. Give you a horse, give you mud auto speed, maybe ride a giant mech, like in certain sequels. Which you may have to play 100 hours to unlock. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say you have to play 50 hours of that one and look at those horrible faces.
Man, if they ever do a Xenoblade Chronicles X remaster, remake those faces, please.
I don't care if you make them anime. Make it something I can look at and not be disgusted.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything more else on Xenoblade. I still like it playing like an MMO and having MMO side quests. Even if you can now do them real quick, it's not great.
I mean,
I think the story is really neat though, and the music is amazing.
I think your comment on Twitter of Shulk has a real case of MMO jump.
Yeah, like I was talking to Dan of like how I could see how the same people worked on this in Breath of the Wild for world design, because this place is huge and looks nice and has like a cool interconnected feel. But all I could do is
it's fun to explore it.
All I can do is slide around the ground instead of being able to actually jump over anything or climb things.
Yeah,
like Zelda made it fun to be in an environment like.
Yeah, every time I was looking over, I was like, yeah, you can tell Monolith worked on Breath of the Wild somewhat. You can tell by how it looks in a lot of ways, but you're not like clambering on things, you know? You're not climbing sheer rock walls. It just seems a lot less fun to traverse that.
Yeah, no, if they just gave it a bunch of movement options in one of these Xenoblade games, I think it would be really amazing. Even if the combat's all the same, just give me a way to move around that's fun.
Yeah.
There was a good tweet, I forget who posted it, of just Here's some advice for newcomers to Xenoblade Definitive Edition. No, you can't make that jump.
Yes. That would have been hilarious if Definitive Edition made your jumps bigger. It's like, this might break the game at some point, but we're doing it.
Oh yeah, just like the double jump in Lords of Shadow.
Yes. You just land in some mud and then start T-posing while floating in space.
Oh no. Huh.
Man, that game. Did you play anything else, Bob?
I played quite a few other things.
Oh no.
Like Gears Tactics.
I'm starting to think Bob needs to edit stuff.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I'm starting to think that Bob needs to stop playing Microsoft exclusives.
No, he's our man in the field.
Don't worry, Game Pass runs out in a couple days. I'm done.
Oh fuck, I gotta cancel mine.
But why, KZ? We're all gonna have so much fun on the Series X.
Well, I can re-up once it launches.
Yeah, don't want to waste
True.
5 months.
No, that thing's launching tomorrow with no games.
Bob,
What's up?
tell me about Gears Tactics.
Gear Tactics is a game. I assume that it's. I assume this is just straight up XCOM. It looks very similar to the videos I've seen. It seems all right. It's a tactical RPG, kind of like, I guess for this channel, I feel like people are probably more familiar with things like Fire Emblem than XCOM.
Yes, I would say a lot of the people who follow, probably are more familiar with that. I mean, you are.
Right. I think that's definitely a side of things. I've been a lot more on that in Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff like that. So coming to this, I wasn't sure what to expect. It has a weird system for movement where each character you get 3 turns for each character.
What?
Yeah.
You mean actions?
Yeah, 3 actions, I guess is the better way of putting it. Because it switches between enemy turn and ally turn.
No one has successfully killed anyone. End of match. What the fuck? Stalemate. The Locust now must make a treaty.
Hey, they're just trying to add more pacifism. It's like in Cuphead when you can get a pacifism award by not shooting.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of how they had to edit all cigars out of Gears of War because they wanted they didn't want to support tobacco.
That's so dumb.
It is. It just feels weird. It's like, we could have a guy chainsaw this other guy in half, but no, we can't have smoking.
It's like fucking that third Killzone game when they stopped cursing as much because some dumbass game journalists were like, they curse a lot.
What was I trying to... Right, you get the 3 actions.
Jesus.
So you can use those to walk, shoot, or the other interactions they have. Like some characters have healing abilities, others have grenades, that sort of thing. But depending on how much you walk, you'll use up so many actions. And the system around that is really weird, and it doesn't give you a perfect circle or tell you okay, this is how far it takes to do that. You just kind of have to move your cursor around and see how much it's going to take for that part of the screen. You don't have a really good, easy estimation way to look at it.
So there's no thing on screen that as you're moving the cursor, it says, hey, this is going to take extra action points?
No, it is on screen for that, but you can't just look at the screen and see where you can go, how far you can go. You have to literally move your mouse around every little thing and be like, okay, I can make it to this cover point, but if I go even a centimeter past that, it'll take 2 action points.
Okay, so it just changes the on-screen thing to let you know when you've hit that point.
Yes.
There's no on-screen representation before you do.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Which can be frustrating. Getting it to highlight certain cover points can be frustrating too. I can see why they're trying to, or why it's taking longer for console support, because the controller support on this game is already kind of wonky.
Yeah, I was shocked when you said it supports controller. You would think if they're delaying console that it just outright wouldn't support controller. So how is it wonky?
You're still moving a mouse cursor around with your controller.
Ooh.
That seems really bad.
Yeah, it's just that where it's the mouse cursor, if you get all the way to the edge of the screen, you move the screen. With the controller-based mouse cursor, you get close to the edge of the screen and it starts moving the screen. It's
when I hear cursor, it's a literal their version of a mouse cursor, not like something floating, like Fire Emblems, like cursor on the ground.
No, it's not like that. It's not directly in the environment. It's literally a cursor, like it would be a mouse cursor.
I'm trying to cope. Sorry.
I need to try XCOM to see if it does this on console. I feel like they probably figured out a better system than that. It just seems crazy not to have.
I played the original XCOMs back in the day on DOS because, PC gaming existed before the PS2.
That's not true.
Are you going to debunk that?
Yeah, the first PC game, Crisis.
That's why it's a measure for everything, guys.
Weirdly enough, I didn't play the original XCOM. I just played the third one, Terror from the Deep. So I haven't played any of the newer ones. I just have a frame of reference for that, and I'm like, okay, I can see why Gears would go for that type of gameplay. Cover shooter sort of thing, very tactical. I'm curious what the divide between these two is, having not played either of them. I just glance over and I see you playing that game, and I something about the way it looks and the way it, I don't mean graphics, I mean the way it looks like when you play it, how you interface. I'm not interested in playing it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I think that it does some neat things. I just wish that the controls were just a little bit better. It has this thing where you can set up, like, to end a turn with the character early. Use up the rest of their action points. You can set up in what they call Overwatch mode, and you set out a ring of fire basically, so they can if anyone walks in that and on the enemy turn, they'll be shot at automatically.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's also a thing in XCOM, but I could be wrong.
It is. I real quick, I looked at PS4 footage of XCOM 2, and there's no mouse cursor there. Like, you control each character, and then it becomes a cursor in the environment, like a Fire Emblem or like anything like that, and a bunch of buttons on the bottom of this does that. So I don't know what's going on with this Gears Tactics.
Well, hey, the console version, got delayed. I told Bob I think it's going to be a launch game for the Series X.
Yeah, don't tell anybody. I'm going
to launch you into space.
This thing, I have to run at medium settings on my 1060.
Yeah.
It still has really bad trouble running when I got to some of the later levels where they started getting bigger. And on medium settings, the textures are so bad.
How bad are they?
You go to the first mission. The end of it is you collecting data files that are about the boss of this game. I only know what the boss of this game looks like because I saw him on the title screen. The picture you look at in-game is so low res, I can't even make it out.
Are you telling me the in-game picture is the door from Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yes, it's that tier of, like, I think that's person-shaped.
I was hoping it would be that bad. This is insane. What's the last Microsoft thing that came out to PC that ran good?
I don't know. There's always weird, because like a lot of those games are Windows apps that you buy through the Windows Store, and as such, they had insane problems with performance. Like, oh, they don't support 120 hertz. Oh, they have hitches in the way they run. Oh, it also enforces these graphic settings, and you can't change them.
Yeah. Luckily, this has a full suite of graphic settings.
Cuphead might be the only thing that's run well in recent memory for Microsoft on PC.
That's kind of sad.
I mean, my computer's getting older. Maybe it's just that.
Works on my machine.
Does it really, Casey?
I don't know. I don't know what that voice was. That voice was weird. That worked on my machine.
There's just a voice in this room with me.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, Bob.
Yeah. It also, this is what made me stop playing the game. After I beat like mission, I think 4 or 5, something like that. It popped up with a thing asking if I wanted to rate the app.
Made me black out. My head started swimming.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It seemed ludicrous that it would do that. Yeah, I was just going crazy because the games had been all right. I didn't expect it to hit me with an App Store style, please rate this for us. And I don't even think that's because I used Game Pass and it was free. I think that's just in the game. And it wasn't a comprehensive essay or anything. Like, they were trying to get feedback and figure out what they can fix before the console version comes out. It was just like, please give us a plus. Like, give us a thumbs up. We need this.
Yeah, no, that's real skeezy. And I was like, Bob, could you imagine? Could you imagine you're playing Spider-Man on PS4 and it's like, hey, please go to the PlayStation Store and rate this app?
Yeah, I was thinking about Last of Us 2. Just
Clipper Wings, would you like to rate this based on the cutscene you just watched?
See, I was thinking right as Ellie shoves the knife in the Vita woman's throat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just... Would you like to rate
The
that?
higher you rate it, the more blood we will include in the next cutscene.
Oh my god. That sounds like an aggro pitch on Armchair Dev.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Jesus.
I also I'm curious to play more of it somewhat. It started to give me weird choices like, oh, you can recruit these
Rating the
gears.
app.
Well, other than rating the app, you can recruit these gears to join your squad, but your squad's only so big. So I'm wondering if it will literally stop giving me the option of recruiting, or if I can just kick them out if I decide I want to replace them with someone new. The whole menu and UI structure for your home base is not great. It's just kind of a mess. Like, I shouldn't need to go through this many menus to re-equip them. But you get cool customization options, like out of the gate. I can change their undershirts and change the colors of armors and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. I imagine if you're really into the Gears of War style, but want a tactical game, this is good. But I just don't even know if that's a big overlap in people. Maybe.
Bob, here's how you know, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You were a store manager for a game store.
Yes.
You worked at said game store franchise forever. A lifetime almost. I want you to close your eyes and think about all of your customers and think who among them would be really into this. There's got to be someone, right?
It'd have to like hit a new group.
Oh,
That's how bad that is. I'm trying.
Imagine your store, all the people that you think would be into Gears Tactics. Why is my store empty?
Kind of like that.
so lonely. Okay.
Well, this is why we closed.
Oh, Microsoft kept giving us bad games.
They filled the store with bad games and our sales plummeted.
If they had bought Sega, it'd be different.
I don't know. Like, I guess if it'd have to be someone who likes the Fire Emblem stuff, but wishes it was more hardcore. Because this is way more hardcore. Like, you chainsaw dudes in half. There are war crimes.
I mean, maybe someone's really into XCOM and thinks Gears looks neat, but doesn't like third-person shooters, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I have no
There might
idea.
be an oversect there with the XCOM players and Gears players. Like, maybe there's just a group of people that you never would think.
Yeah.
But I feel like that kind of thing can always crawl out. Like,
That's a very sane gambit to make a game based on. Maybe there is a theoretical audience that will enjoy this.
I mean, here's the weird thing. Remember when they just announced all those Gears things and we just sort of went, what?
yeah, I kind of wish this was just a new franchise. Like, I think that like they clearly built or got together a team that wanted to make a tactics game. Like, this has a lot of neat ideas in it.
Actually, we were trying to make a racing game.
Oh, no.
Microsoft told us no.
Oh, that'd be,
Time it goes.
No. I'm gonna sit right here and take a nap.
but yeah, I would have loved to have seen them make a single new IP this gen.
Yeah, that would have been neat. They made Cuphead and Ori. They made those.
Okay,
They found people that are making those and then said, hey, we those are ours.
You're making those? We're making those.
I made this.
Except Cuphead, which did not allow them to own it.
right. I was like, I'll give you Ori. I will not give you Cuphead here.
All right. I tried.
Coming soon to Netflix.
Okay.
I hope that's good.
Bob,
Yeah.
did you play anything else?
Yeah, I also played Shantae. I finished that this week.
Actually, it's
So
pronounced
did I.
Shanty. Thank you.
I heard that's great.
Yeah, this game's really disappointing.
I didn't know it was disappointing until I went back to Half Genie Hero and was like, wow, this is disappointing.
Yeah, just you want it to be good.
What's bad about it? Let's talk about it.
The music's not good. Just
Yes, that is the biggest thing. I went back to Half Genie Hero and I'm like, holy shit, Jake Kaufman kicks the shit out of the person they got to do Seven Sirens.
yeah, there might as well
Like,
just be
it
filler
literally-
music.
The only song from Seven Sirens that I can even remember is the one that just has Moscow in it, sampled into it.
Yeah, it's really
You know,
upsetting when you get to that. It's
Moscow,
just-
Moscow.
Wait, that's
No way.
That's in it.
That's-
yeah,
What?
that's in it. Like I was losing my mind.
The Genghis Khan song?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It just plays that. I'm like, this is just
Hey!
this is bad.
What?
Like it's not. It's a chip tune, so it isn't lyrical, and it's not the whole
Yeah,
song.
but that's insane.
But it definitely has the do 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 do.
I thought I
And
had it coming out of the
very
speakers a few
Dan's like,
times.
that's what I would say about Grant Kirkhope. What do you mean it's real?
That just honestly, it makes me wonder if there's just a because they got a Japanese chiptune artist to do it. I just wonder if it's like, was it like a what's their YouTube that I always forget the name of?
Oh,
Nico
fuck.
Nico Duga.
Yes.
Dogi, I think, something like that.
Not
But,
for me.
I'm just wondering if like, did he put every meme song or they? I don't know if they're a guy. Did they put every meme song in the soundtrack?
And the other thing I really didn't like were the dances.
What? What's up with the dances?
So every dance is like a different thing that'll affect the entire screen. And it basically does something like reveal all the stuff in the environment, or you do it to activate electrical equipment environment, or you do it to activate moving brick objects. And there's like 4 different powers like this, and you have to basically sweep the entire map just doing that everywhere.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It's really bad. The big thing is part of the reason these things are in there is because this is a touchscreen game. Because the last one you get, Quake, also will kill almost everything on screen, and you can do it like 8 times before you need more magic.
Yeah.
And this game has so many fucking combat rooms.
Yeah.
There is an entire dungeon that is just 8 combat rooms.
Yeah, it's the last one. It was really disappointing. And then the boss
It's
of
the
that was
second to
the
last
worst
one, yeah.
Was that the second to last? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
counting the final boss area as a.
I'm counting the final. I'm counting the final thing, but yeah, it's like the last normal dungeon, and then the bosses in this are pathetic. They're just. This is the easiest Shantae game by a fucking mile, and not that they were super hard, but like every enemy drops a full heal item. You can carry 45 max heals.
Yeah, the only way I was able to get any difficulty out of it was not ever using healing items, and I only really had trouble at the final boss. And it was just because it was cheap.
Yeah, the final boss is like, I'm taking damage and I don't give a fuck. I have 45 full heals. I'm just gonna chug while punching you.
Yeah, because it's so bad she literally teleports inside you. That's the way she did most of the damage to me. And then the boss before that is the one I want to talk about. It's like this octopus siren.
All
yeah.
right.
It's all it is a memorization puzzle. There are 6 different things on screen in each corner. You have to hit them in a specific order. And you'd have to do that. It doesn't give you any hints to it. You just have to brute force it. Like, okay, I need to hit this one first, and then I need to hit all other 5 to see which one I need to hit next.
Yeah, and then once you do that, the boss just falls over and goes, and you get to wail on them for a little bit. All the bosses in this are super pathetic, even compared. The first boss in Half Genie Hero is more involved. The first level in Half Genie Hero is more difficult and has more neuron firing enemy placement and platforming than the entire game.
Yeah.
That's a real
Bob,
bummer.
did you get a filler anime feel from the plot? Because that's all I could think of once it got going.
Yeah, no, when things just stopped happening, I was kind of stunned. I was like, this is a neat thing to do as a plot. We have all these other half genies. We get to find out about what they're about. Oh, nothing? More nothing? What?
It's like, here, okay, Shantae, we're going to the Orange Islands. You're going to meet 5 other half genies we never mentioned before that don't get to do anything because they all give you their powers. And you get to fight an ancient evil that came out of nowhere. And we're gonna mention something that seems like it's very important to like the plot, the lore of the series that we won't show you, like the GS ball in Pokemon.
Stop talking about the GS
Yeah,
ball.
when you said the GS ball, what is that?
What is that?
It is the GS ball is a thing from the Pokemon anime because before Gold and Silver came out, they did the Orange Islands filler arc where Ash goes to the Orange Islands and does a new Pokemon League there. And he gets the GS ball from the Pokemon professor there, which is a gold and silver Pokeball with GS on it. And originally, Cerebi was going to come out, and that was going to be a plot. But then they decided to do a movie, so they just never mentioned it ever again.
Oh.
So it's like, here, Ash, here's this real important thing to take to Professor Oak, and he does, and then it never comes up in any context ever again.
Look,
Oh my god.
what that thing is about is between him and Oak.
Apparently. I want to...
And
Oh. I worry that's how the next Shantae starts. It's just going to be completely ignoring that. Then she'll be like, what do you mean there are other half genies? Never heard of it.
I really think it's just like, fuck Apple, we're making a filler game.
I was really surprised when it got announced and came out so quick, because Half Genie Hero took a while. And then this was just like, oh yeah, it's done.
Does it ever get better? Because there were some, Bob had concerns over the
No.
just about how it just feels like the same shit over and over again.
The environments do look different, but yeah, it's still not good. And each dungeon is really tiny.
Like, just comparing it to the first real level in Half Genie Hero, because I went to play Half Genie Hero to compare them. Like, the first level in Half Genie Hero is, some girls are being kidnapped, go fix it. And you find a factory where they're being carried around on hooks, and fish jump up and swallow their legs to make counterfeit mermaids. It's a counterfeit mermaid factory. And it has little technician guys running around, and you climb up a real high room by holding onto hooks and doing platforming, and it's very charming and neat, and Vert's soundtrack is great, and then you do like a sliding segment on a conveyor belt. There's nothing even remotely that interesting in Seven Sirens.
Yeah, no, you talking about that really reminded me of all those parts. I'm like, yeah, it was really neat and unique.
It reminds me a lot of Risky's Revenge, the second game from 2007.
Oh, was that the DSi game?
Yeah, it came out on PC too, but it's a DSi game.
Yeah, that's
originally. Like, before they made Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, which is the first game in the series that was actually good.
It's so weird. I don't know why it's this level. It seems bizarre. I guess it really is just a caching game.
It really feels like Apple gave us money, make them a spin-off.
Couldn't you just do Mighty Flip Punch or something?
I'm not they wanted the biggest thing, Bob.
That's right, it's Apple.
I'm not a huge fan of how everything is 2D assets now. I know a lot of people hate like 3D level geometry in a 2D game, but in Half Genie Hero they made it look like a paper doll diorama almost, and it looks really nice. And in this, it just makes the whole game look kind of flat. It doesn't help that there's like no inclines anywhere in this game. It's all blocks.
This game sounds like a real bummer.
Yeah, no, it's depressing, and it's also $30 or so. It's like an expensive one.
Yeah, that's what they cost usually. Like if you want to play a Shantae game, go buy Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. It has like 47 modes now.
If you're somehow
the power of Kickstarter games, huh?
Yeah.
It has Shantae, Risky, the rival character, Risky Boots, the villain. All her friends have a mode. There's a mode as her dressed as Patty Wagon, the protagonist of Mighty Switch Force.
God, her name is Patty Wagon.
It's so good.
It's a great name. It's fucking stellar.
Jesus Christ.
And it has like 2 other modes, I think.
Yeah, you get ninja mode and pajama mode.
Yeah, so it's a lot of content.
Yeah, that game's still really good.
And so is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. This one was disappointing.
I wish that it had. I think it's crazy they didn't wait to get the artists back for the soundtrack. I mean, they got triggered to make a 25-second intro.
Apple's money must have fucking been like, we need it by this time,
right?
They're like, okay, you're paying an unreasonable amount of money, so we'll do it.
It's probably why they did that whole thing of, well, we have the first part. It's already up there on launch of your service. And so it's an episodic thing on there.
Does it feel like Shantae is like lobotomized in this game?
I wouldn't go that far.
What?
It just feels like she's so much like dumber and more subdued than the previous games when she was constantly mouthing off. In this one, she feels almost like hero girl.
It is weirdly just, I'm doing this without anything.
This is filler, where they just make the character stupid for a few episodes.
And they introduce Ammo Baron or Armor Baron, sorry.
Armor Baron, Ammo Baron's brother.
Yes, he's relevant for half a chapter and then he just stops.
I thought that was funny though.
It was a little funny, but I was like, please, this was the only thing happening. And then it didn't happen.
The only thing in the game that really made me laugh was he's like, if you bring me this ore, I'll make you fabulous armor. And Shantae's friend Sky is there gushing about how hot he is, and he isn't hot, he looks like a rat.
Like that seems to be the trope with these games of Sky's into really like awful people.
But you bring him the armor, and he has bikini armor made, like red Sonja tier bikini armor. Except it doesn't move, and then he puts Shantae and Sky into action figure cases, action figure packaging, giant action figure packaging, and sells them to Squid Baron, who is another recurring character.
Yeah, that was really good.
Bob, did you like when Squid Baron says, you can't progress in the game until you bring me 3 objects that I want for no reason?
It sure was a thing he did for no reason. It feels like that happened another 2 times in the game with the ghost. What was the other one? Oh, the other ghost.
The ghost was a more normal one, and at least you weren't just going through dungeon you already went through.
Yeah.
The other one was the shells, where you have to drill through the ground.
Yes.
All over the place. This whole fucking game is fetch quests.
It's not great. I don't want to say it's terrible, but it's not good. The more I think about it, though, the more I don't like it.
Also, half the transformations you get feel almost like Wolf Door tier.
Why? You get the amazing ability to open a door with wolves on it.
Like the turtle thing should be good, but it just doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good, and I feel like when you get an upgrade in a Metroidvania that you only use to get past specific things and never any other time, it isn't great.
Yeah, and you have
when it's like, because you have an air dash and a wall climb, which are good. That's a good one. You have a triple jump, which is a good one, and you have one that lets you swim, which isn't great because you don't actually have control. You go at straight angles, and they make you play Pac-Man for no reason multiple times.
Yeah, I was wondering why they did that. It felt like the most filler of filler things they did in the whole game. Like, literally, the screen fills with coins, go pick them all up.
Before the door opens.
Yeah, the door just closes until you do it, or the enemies despawn if you do it. It's like, what?
There were so many combat rooms, it felt like Mighty Number 9. Like, there was at least 4 or 5 in every single dungeon. There was one that was nothing but, you have 6 minutes, do 8 of them. All you have to do is do the Quake dance over and over.
Yeah.
God, this sounds terrible. We should probably move on.
One more thing.
Sure.
The drill power you get controls exactly like the swim power. So I was really disappointed when you get the swim power after it, and it's the same. I was like, I thought I would get the swim. I didn't think I'd be going in just hard directions. Why did you do this?
Crab and Half Genie Hero, which lets you actually go underwater and control underwater, not just the same power again.
This is really befuddling.
Yeah, it's sad. But you're right, we should move on.
Yeah, we should move on. Bob.
I got one thing left here, Dan.
God damn it. Is it time?
It's Valorant time.
Okay. Let's talk about Valorant. For people who don't know what Valorant is, Riot Games made Counter-Strike, but has characters in it with special abilities. In it, you have your mode. What is it called, Bob? Core Strike?
Unrated.
Because fucking other. I mean, yes.
You need to explain to me what one. They have a lot of innovative things in there, like their kernel level anti-cheat.
Yeah.
But also,
yeah, there's some real innovation where it's like, we've installed the game and nothing else. Please reboot your computer.
Yeah.
Like,
But you said some things about the unrated mode or thing that seems psychotic to me. You're gonna have to explain it.
Okay, so Valorant, as I was saying, it's a Counter-Strike game. The idea is it's 5v5, and every match you're trying to plant a bomb and defuse it and keep the enemy from, defusing it. You have special powers per player. The weird thing is, normally with a game like, Overwatch or this, you would have a lot of champions from them to choose from, right?
Right.
The latest update made it so there are 5 players. You cannot pick the same champion as other people. There are 5 champions.
Yeah, you have to lock in.
You have to lock it at the beginning of the round, and if someone doesn't choose a champion, it throws you back into matchmaking.
That's crazy.
What?
I wouldn't even call this the latest update, Dan. This is just the game launch. Before this was just beta.
Apparently in the beta, it did not do that. And in the beta, they let you play as more than 5 of them. We found a dude online. I was playing with him. He explained to me before he had played like 100 rounds of this game, apparently, which is insane. But there are I think it's 15 or so total champions in the game. For some reason now, when you start the game, which obviously knocked everyone back to level 1 when the game launched, you only get to choose from 5. But the 2 modes are called Unrated, which is a really weird name for a mode, and Spike Rush, which is like a speed version of the unrated mode. The spike is the bomb in this game, so you need to go plant it at one of 3 spots on the map, and you need to quietly walk around holding the shift button to walk very slowly. If you don't, your footsteps are comically loud, so for everyone who's new to this game just running around at full speed, it sounds like a laughably loud crowd of horses just stomping like assholes. Like, not even horses running, just horses stomping and hitting the ground as loud as they can. It is hilarious. But you have a lot of special abilities, so you have a sort of quicker character where you hit E and they'll do a cool shadow dash, but you take so much time to come out of the shadow dash that using it to run up on an enemy is a really bad choice. This person also gets an air burst that'll make them fly upward into the air, and ultimate powers where they have like floaty knives, I believe, and then you throw those out to do a shitload of damage. And each round in this, which you're going to, I believe, 13 points, is that right, Bob?
Yeah, that's right.
You rebuy your gear at the beginning.
Only if you die. You get to keep it.
I mean, true, you can keep your gear, but you should still buy. Weirdly enough, your skills take every skill, but your E skill takes a point. It's a consumable, so you need to rebuy it at the beginning of a round. It really is a lot like Counter-Strike trying to have a baby with Overwatch.
It's like if Overwatch didn't try to be different at all from Team Fortress. Like, it wants to adhere to everything Counter-Strike is so verbatim that it's kind of strange.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of people seem to think Overwatch is exactly like TF2.
It's not identical, though, where this feels identical. Like, everything about time to kill, everything about the way the buy phases work, like, it doesn't feel like it differs at all.
Yeah, because I guess that's something I haven't stressed by now. The time to kill in Valorant is insanely low. If you land a headshot with the correct gun at the correct distance, they're done. And that can just be even a halfway decent rifle that doesn't cost an ass load. If you land the headshot, they're just dead. Yeah, I think I played 3 matches of this. It's I don't know, man. It was really frustrating because the only reason I installed it is because Bob was like, hey, we're going to play games together. Guess what one thing this game won't do? It
let you play with your friend?
Yeah, it won't let me play with Bob. It'll let me team up properly with Internet Man, but it, for whatever fucking reason, won't let me play with Bob.
Yeah, I think it has some, like, Internet Man couldn't join me either. I don't know why, but for some reason,
Bob's cursed.
Internet Man.
Bob's cursed. Because I can join Internet Man can join me, but neither of us can join Bob.
Which is really frustrating.
Incredibly frustrating. But yeah, I don't really have a ton to say other than that. Some of the character designs seem neat, so at least it's better than other recent games that have come out where they have like 8 characters and they all are miserable.
Yeah, no, it's not like the last two, Crucible or Bleeding Edge. Like, it feels like they got artists who actually like wanted to make
Humanity?
attractive characters.
Okay, I heard, like, I follow a couple of reviewers on YouTube, and one of them reviewed, what is it, Crucible. I already forgot the name.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, Skill Up. And their headline for it was, "It's like if Anthem had a multiplayer mode." And that shook me to my very core.
It really does seem like that, though, now that you've said it.
The shooting feels better in Anthem, though.
But yeah, go on. That has fucked with me all week.
You know what's been fucking with me? I didn't see gameplay of Valorant first. I saw the trailer for it, which has been playing a lot on Twitch as an ad. All I could think of, like, this guy is fantastic. I like his design and his power set, but all I could think of is that crazy asshole who did Overwatch videos who was like, "Man, steal my design much?"
God.
Stop talking about the Overwatch guy.
That was that.
Who is this?
It was like last year when they added that. I think he's a medic. The black character they added to Overwatch that had like an orange teal aesthetic going on was a medic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And they're like, looks like people are stealing each other's designs between this and Apex Legends.
The guy who's like
their common features being black.
Yeah, being black and having medic ability of any sort.
And that dude's take was so toxic. It has brain damaged me to the point of like, oh, cool. The showcase character for Valorant is like this really cool, like he has fire powers. It's the coolest fucking shit. But my brain's so damaged now that I'm like, he's gonna play this game and be like, oh, they stole this character from Overwatch.
God, don't put that in anyone's brain, Dan.
I'm sorry. It's just that guy's so stupid and it's seemingly racist
And British.
so he's going to hell.
Oh, that's that must be inconvenient. But yeah, no, the Valorant has some neat things. I don't like it locking off most of the characters.
Yeah, you get them through ranking up. Like, I ranked up a few times and I was able to unlock another character, and I saw farther on you see, like, I think every other rank you get another character unlock. So it doesn't seem like they want to just have you pay for them. And I'm guessing that they started you with the most basic ones so they'd be easier to learn.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. It just sucks when you have 5 characters you can select from and 5 people that have to select from them.
Right. Somebody's going to snatch the only character you've actually had experience with or something like that. It feels like it needs a better tutorial mode even, where it's just like a place to go and show you the powers for all these characters. Because you have to use money in round to get the power. Then you have to use the power and not get killed.
Also, there are 16 guns.
Yes,
so 12 or 16. So it's 16. So the fact it's like in the tutorial, they're like, try all 16 guns and figure out which ones you like. And I'm like, that seems daunting.
Right?
I need a frame of reference to work from first. Also, this game commits the ultimate sin of shotguns not being powerful enough. Never a fan of that.
That seems crazy in a game like this where everything's so like instant death. Like, I can't believe that the shotgun doesn't just annihilate them.
Right. That's what you think it would do, but apparently not. But yeah, aesthetically, it's not aggravatingly bad like Crucible. Gameplay-wise, it is, really short time to kill like Counter-Strike. I think it's neat, but I don't know that it's for me.
Yeah, I actually got really into Counter-Strike back when Source first came out. I had no idea that they got so into these, like 13 rounds and other things like that, where it just takes forever. So if you get stuck with a bad group, you feel miserable.
Yeah, my first match, 2 people dropped. So it's 3v5 for 40 minutes. For 30 minutes, more likely. It was not great. Bob, wait, did you just say you were really into PC games?
I know.
You hate PC.
I know.
And you've always hated PC and
course.
JRPGs and Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I bought Half-Life 2 and they gave me Counter-Strike Source. And I was like, this is cool.
This is cool.
So it's neat to see a Counter-Strike style game with good art.
Yeah,
because Counter-Strike games have never had that.
they don't care.
You're right. He really does hate everything. Like, he hates Shantae.
Clearly, Bob hates everything always. That's the comments say that they're the smartest ones.
They are. They're objective.
I'd really like to see like I was talking about the battle nonsense guy. I'd like to see a breakdown of networking on this game because I feel like I always have a bad ping.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem. I have no idea why that's happening to you.
Yeah, that's
my
weird.
ping at highest was 66.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's wrong. What's happening here?
It's just you're screwed.
I guess
You're screwed. They're like no one can join you, and you're playing on West Coast servers.
Fine on my machine.
It's fine on my machine.
It was like maybe I need to come back in a year and things will be smoothed out.
I mean, also keep in mind it won't let Bob join anyone. So
yeah, there's clearly something going on.
There's something weird going on. The guy we played with was really thrown off when our number thing, because normally on Riot games you have your name and then a pound sign and then 4 digits, right? Our accounts are fucking ancient, so it's our name, a pound sign, and then NA1 because it's a North American server. And he was like, "Why is your name like that?" Like, because we made these accounts for League of Legends
when that was almost new.
But yeah, no, Valorant, I don't think it's going to take off. It seems neat, though.
I think it's still getting good views on Twitch, but it is still new. So
yeah, it's going to do way better than Crucible.
Yeah, this isn't going to be a Crucible
speaking
situation.
of that, we need to look up how many Twitch viewers Crucible has right now.
Hey, everybody, hold on. It's time for me to ask you that question.
It's the Crucible second of the week.
So, Dan, I'm going to need your guess. We'll have you open.
Does anyone remember what it was last time?
It was like 1,000.
It was 800 and something.
Oh, man.
Crucible, a week later after 800 and something. I'm going to say there are 250 people watching Crucible on Twitch right now.
How about feel?
I'm going to say 251.
Bob.
50.
The answer is 339.
Feel you're a fucking coward and a bitch.
What? I like Price is Right.
Yeah, apparently.
Right rules. It's fair.
46.8 thousand are watching Valorant, but that's down from 9,000 from like 2 days ago, or 90,000 from 2 days ago.
I was like, Bob, you just said the number 48 was 48.
If it makes you feel better, there are 38 people playing the cycle.
That's not important. What's important is how many people are playing Bleeding Edge or watching Bleeding Edge.
Probably no one.
39. It's beating the cycle.
Yeah! That's the win for Microsoft,
Yeah,
right?
that's why they got Ninja Theory, so they could beat the cycle.
Yeah, you're right. Because I had to double check to make sure all 4 streams are doing Bleeding Edge, and they are.
Did you say 4?
All 4 streams.
How long before it's just like the cycle is where you go to find people streaming RoboCop?
We're almost there, I feel. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on Valorant. Bob?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. I wish that... I kind of want them to have another mode where it is more just like Call of Duty style, where it's run, gun, and you respawn real quick.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, because that'd be a good, like, hey, jump in this mode, learn mechanics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's not working right for me at all, so... Clearly problems there, but I think some of the characters are really cool. Like I unlocked this cowboy dude who can set tripwires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like the dash. He has a huge amount of time. He does a cool animation of flipping a coin in his hand before he can throw it.
Yeah, that's not great.
It's like, why do you do this? I get that you want to have style, but please, playability.
No, the skill should have the opportunity cost of taking forever to work.
Yeah, and then it also feels almost like they should have rethought things a bit. If you're gonna have all these cool abilities, actually let you survive long enough to use them. But I guess it's not what they're going for. It's neat. I want to give it another chance. I guess I'll come back sometime later and see if things are better.
Sure.
On the PS5.
On the PS5.
God damn it. Neil, he doesn't need help saying that. I hope this is coming to the PS5.
I wonder. Like, it's so, like, twitchy. If everyone has a level playing field of controllers, maybe that'll change things a bit.
Valorant is literally all I had time to play this week.
I'm sorry, Dan.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Field, did you play anything else?
No.
Okay, then we're out of games we played. It's time to move on to the Podlords.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck!
Boy, it's the Podlords.
Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Podlords such as Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles, Zenki, Kongetsu.
That's so funny, though.
Oh, my God. Oh, I did not guess that from the name.
Dank, Mormons, The Dead Koch Brother.
Adam Sessler?
Stop it.
The survivor of the franchise wars.
Yes.
They're so powerful.
Wonder when that Simon Phoenix shirt is getting here.
I forgot about that. Suzu Shiro, Red Blaze 27, Emperor Zero. Oh my god, I hate that this game is looming on the horizon. Ugh, I need to just rip it out. Anyways, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you had to feed a hippo to make it really big? Just kidding, unless.
I'm
You're gonna
so
hate.
upset.
You're gonna hate me every time.
I'm so upset this Podlord didn't let Bob discover that on his own.
It's okay. Bob will have to live through it. And
Right, seeing the visuals will be enough.
Lived through it 8 times.
I'll be making the noise throughout.
He who cannot be named in the twitch.tv/GigaBoots chat.
No?
I have no idea. Yes, I think it's Kino.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no,
that's
character
his name.
Kino.
that's Kino.
Yeah, his
Oh,
name is
yeah.
Kino.
Why'd you censor Kino in the chat? Why are you against free speech?
That wasn't me. Lady Popscorn.
The atmospheric horror adventure game by software.
Living like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm John Halo. I'm John Halo.
You know what? If Microsoft wanted to make Connect Halo dancing, sure.
That would be fine by me. Gene the Racist. Gene, we gotta talk.
Huh?
What?
I don't know.
Is that why there's no God Hand 2?
Does the picture offer more context?
Potentially, but I don't know.
I don't care to look at it or.
I don't know who that's supposed to
Oh
be.
my god, this is unreal. This is an extra fucking level, you guys. I can't even
Oh
fucking...
no.
Busey Snacks, over 100 delicious recipes for psychotics, motorcycle accident survivors, and podlords and freaks.
This is a good week for Podlords.
It really is.
101 Shades of Wonderful. WTF Spider-Man. Sparrowed, an atmospheric new twist on a somber old classic. Chad, and then it's a picture of Chad. Unknown artwork. A cursed Kokichi quote.
Was that literally what it said?
That's literally what it said. I always appreciate those. We take those here.
Oh,
Better than the cookies.
You wanted to have a quote. I feel bad for you. Oh.
I can't keep it up anymore.
Time is an illusion. Free will is a lie. No gods, no kings. There is only Dobo. I rate Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko for N64 2 out of 5 stars.
Don't just have him stare at us.
God.
I am upset by it.
This is the only time I want there to be more images.
The last thing you hear before you die is Mark Cerny and Joe Pera ASMR.
Oh my.
That's good. I like that. Mutt Bun. What the? I'm guessing this person was not pleased over dysfunctions on Patreon. If I were to guess here,
Thou art I am thou. Thou hast forged a new bond. It brings thee closer. Thou shalt be blessed with the Patreon Arcana. And it's an L.
Oh no.
Shiny Mew. DK, aka Donkey Kunai. You gonna change your name to Donkey Kunai? That seems questionable, bro. And I feel like you guys are doing great this time. Normally I'm like, I don't want to screen cap this. This is a nightmare. But these are delightful. Bob Radamus, I come seeking answers. When will Square Enix release the Kingdom Hearts 3 OST? Also, when will Atlas reveal anything about Shin Megami Tensei 5?
Yeah, come on, Bob. I need these answers also.
This is important shit, Bob. Don't fuck it up.
This is too much pressure.
A friendly Tonberry hired to bring Dan some Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Don't trust him, man.
I don't know. I think I should trust him. That looks delicious and refreshing.
I like Well, he's very responsible.
Yeah, he's social distancing with that mask.
Yeah, he's helping me beat Donkey Kong 64, Bob. The closer the PS5 reveal gets, the stronger Dan becomes. And people remarked on this Podlord last week with, well, I guess Dan got weaker. Twisting the knife. Chase Ray. Yep. Toad's Tunes. KC. Skyfire Hero forgot to change his name to mention that he had a Spam egg and cheese sandwich. That sounds all right. I'd eat that.
That seems nice.
Yeah.
Egg.
I forgot to change my name. Ooh. Lambu. Oh, I feel so bad for this.
Oh no.
1, thank you for your service. 2, I'm so sorry. Apple Gothic accidentally bought a second month of Podlord status.
Oh no!
That's a very appropriate face they've chosen.
Yeah, no, that's...
Oh, that is absolutely
Poor Rowley.
Just know that we'll use it to buy Taco Bell.
Yes, that's the only consolation here. Kyle Bjork. The skin suit that Lizard Man Randy Pitchford wears. Oh my god. Darn. Adam Admar's date with Cleopatra is ruined. Wait a second, what the fuck is this image? Oh, I don't know. They're the one with the Discord, or with the Patreon image that'll never properly show. Oh no. It's so tiny and detailed. I'm so curious, but I can't get closer. It's like a stand. Wait. Nope, not gonna be able to see it. Thank you very much to our Podlords.
Thank you, Podlord.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlord.
Thank you.
If you would like to be a Podlord, then I know where the best is.
And if you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, if you don't want to become a Podlord, would like to give less. For as little as $5 a month, you can get many benefits such as Cursed Content Club commentary tracks where you hear us suffer in real time. Cursed Content by Committee, where it's our Patreon exclusive show where you decide what we suffer through. Early access to our anime podcasts, Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool, extended armchair dev pitches, and many other benefits possibly. That's patreon.com/gbpodcast.
Yes, we appreciate any and all support. This is going to be a scant news week for obvious reasons.
Cool.
I'm going to start with Bob's news. That would have been my news, but he put it in there and I didn't steal it.
You can take it, whatever it is.
No, it's fine. Namco Museum Archives Volume 1 and 2 leaked on the Microsoft Store, apparently releasing in 2 weeks on June 18th. We have some weird details with that. It sounds like they were doing retro demakes.
Yeah, they had a demaster of the Championship Edition of Pac-Man.
Yeah, so they went and made an 8-bit version of that game for this collection. That's really crazy. I never would have assumed that was the direction Namco Museum would go in, but I love it. But yeah, it's got, it just, okay, close your eyes, Bob.
Uh-huh.
Now imagine a Namco Museum game is in your PlayStation.
Right.
Okay. Those games are on this collection. There you go. That's what it has.
I don't Does it have that thing with the Valkyrie and the
I
weird
don't know if it's
green
Valkyrie Densetsu.
Because that's what I always think, and that's almost never in there.
I don't think it does. It has a lot of things. That one's actually one of the more obscure games for them when it comes to representation on Namco Museum.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's got your Pac-Man, it's got Galaga, it's got a bunch of things like that. I want to hear about it releasing on literally anything other than the Microsoft Store. So I look forward to them actually announcing this thing properly.
Right.
Why would Dan not want to buy a game on the Microsoft Store? What a weirdo. The most insane news of this week, Bob also grabbed, in my opinion. Epic Game Store secured a year of exclusivity for Total War Saga Troy. What a weird thing.
And they're giving it away for free for the first day.
Which is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I will absolutely nab that. I hope they paid a pretty penny for that.
This is also might be in that Shantae situation. Apparently, the Total War Saga is the weird spin-off games that are smaller. So this, I'm hoping this is still good, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
It's basically the equivalent of that one Looney Tunes thing where the dude walks past at a party and he goes, "It's me again," only he's labeled with like cash-in game.
Yes.
And they're just walking on into the Epic Game Store money vault.
I love that guy.
He's so good. What a good caricature. But yeah, no, that's totally bizarre that they secured an exclusive on that series and that it's just free for the first day. It's like both of these. A year is a huge amount of time.
It is. That's a long while.
That's how far it seems. That's how long, I guess, the Outer Worlds and I guess Control is, because they haven't come up yet.
Oh, yeah?
So I guess they were both a year.
Huh. Borderlands 3 was only about 6 months, right?
Yeah, it hit Steam, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's out on Steam by now, yeah. Mm-hmm. I know, because Jim Rackazer plays that game.
Oh, yeah, so I guess it was only 6 months.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. We got to talk about the dumbest news of the week, Phil.
Sure. Which
Fog
element is that?
Gaming.
Oh,
this is the big thing. This is it.
Yeah, this is the big announcement that Sega was being hyped up. Not by Sega. Sega was not hyping this announcement up. A insider guy was.
Yeah.
So
somebody with scoops.
This is dumb, but Sega did not treat this like the PS5. An outside party did.
An outside party treated this on the level as the Wired PS5 article.
It is a new generation of arcade machines that will function as a cloud gaming data center presumably just when the arcade is closed.
Here's why this is relevant. COVID.
That and the declining sale or declining operation of arcades in general.
I mean,
but yeah,
the gradual decline doesn't matter when it just full stops.
Yeah, no, that's...
So this is an incredible lead. It's a good idea from that angle, especially in Japan where the latency on internet connections is insanely lower.
Right, and then having data centers like around
where
every
this
corner.
might actually function.
Yeah, because they're talking about, we got the latency down to like a millisecond, and it's like, that's neat. I guess that shit's never going to work over here, but I think the idea is for them to stream the gameplay to people in their homes.
Yes.
Not even to just rent this out as cloud processing as a platform, but literally be like, you can play this game at your house. We're sorry.
I don't know how exactly that's going to work, since I feel like most arcade games that still exist have special controls?
Yes, most of them do, which is why this still seems like a really weird business move.
Yeah, it's
most
strange.
cloud gaming platforms. How's a Square Enix cloud gaming platform going? Did they ever actually launch it?
Did they have a cloud gaming platform?
They loudly announced that it was a development, and then question mark. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember it being named, but I do remember like some sort of vague announcement. It was on the level of Bethesda's, where they create everything,
where they made the internet.
Yeah, they did a lavish like internet-based just document they put out saying they announced it. They didn't bring it up in a press conference, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that's the way they did it.
Square Enix closed their cloud gaming thing in 2016. Did they open a new one?
Oh, nah, probably not.
I thought they did.
Because they had Shinra Technologies that they shut down in 2016.
I don't know, man. This shit's so weird to keep track
Thank you,
of.
Avalanche.
Yeah, because we've been seeing cloud gaming initiatives for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And they
Doesn't
not stuck
Bethesda
once.
have one?
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Oh yeah, right. It's called Orion,
There you go.
Yeah.
What a great
They
name.
created everything.
which is going to come out and drive into the core of the Earth, just like Stadia.
But, you know, that was a huge scoop.
Yeah. Let's talk about the smaller news from Sega, KZ.
A lot smaller.
What if it was small? Really small.
There was a moment in which we thought that what I'm about to say was the big scoop. We got some huge next-gen news, Dan.
Yes, the hugest.
They have announced the Game Gear Micro.
Whoa.
It fits in the palm of your hand, which sounds like a bad idea.
It is.
It is $50. Has 4 different SKUs that have different colors and have 4 games each. Takes AAA batteries. It has one of those magnification screen attachments you have to buy. And originally, they were only going to put 1 game on each model.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Sega?
I have no idea. I've actually been a huge Game Gear defender my entire life. I think it's a really great platform. I have tons of positive memories with it. Game Gear Micro screen is 1.15 inch. So imagine an inch. Now imagine barely larger than that. 1 1/8 inch size screen. Let me look this up. Game Boy Micro is, I think, about twice as big. Let me see.
And you know what, Dan? You know what's the saddest thing?
What's the saddest thing?
None of these will have Tails Adventure on them.
I know. I'm pretty fucking pissed about that, actually, because they put, you know, some Sonic games on them. Yeah, Game Boy Micro is 2 inches. The screen. The screen is almost twice as large on a Game Boy Micro. That is stupid. What a useless piece of garbage. That looks aesthetically neat, so I might buy it because of that, because I love the Game Gear. But yeah, no, they didn't put Tails Adventure on any of it. They put Sonic 1. They put Puyo Puyo 2. On a screen that size, it's literally going to be unplayable.
You need to get the magnification attachment.
You only get that if you buy the 3-pack of systems, KZ.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, that's what I read.
This thing.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
also got to buy your AAA batteries.
So you have to buy $250 worth of Game Gear Micros to get the magnification, because it's all 4 systems.
Are there 4 colors?
Bob, there are 4 systems.
I thought there were 3.
No.
Allow me to. I can roll through it here. The default one has Sonic, Puyo Puyo 2, Outrun, and Royal Stone.
That's the
Then
black
there's a
one.
blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the black one. The blue one has Sonic Chaos, Gunstar Heroes, Sylvan Tale, and Baku Baku Animal. We got the yellow one that has Shining Force Gaiden Ensei Jashin no Kunihi. Then Shining Force The Sword of Haja.
Mm-hmm.
Then Shining Force Gaiden Final Conflict. Then Nazu Poyo Arudu Noru.
Oh, that was pretty good. You did all right there.
Yeah, I did my best on that one. Then the red one has Revelations the Demon Slayer, Megami Tensei Gaiden Last Bible Special, the GG Shinobi, and Columns. And yes, you do need to pay $250 to get every single one of them to get
The
a
magnification.
mini version of the Sega Big Window.
Which is like a CRT looking thing you put on the front of your Game Gear.
Yep. Because it's a glass magnifier. Those were real back in the day, and I owned one because I owned a full Game Gear kit.
Are the chances above 10% this makes it out of Japan at all?
No.
I feel like they might give us some version, but I imagine they'll whittle down to one of them's coming over or something like that.
Maybe they'll just be like, here's most of the games. Not Last Bible though. You're not getting that.
Well, the funny thing is, like, as people are pointing out Last Bible Raw, go check out our Game Boy Roulette. We played the Game Boy Color version of that. You leave the first town and have to debate a spider into joining your team. For people who don't know, Last Bible is in fact a Shin Megami Tensei game. Anyway.
Oh, okay. I love the old ones where no matter what answer you choose, sometimes it's just wrong automatically.
Yep.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
You're like, I like carrots, and they're like, I think you should die, and I'm like, great, thanks.
You've confirmed what I thought about people who like carrots. This spider is so wise. So as dumb as it is to break all these games out separately, I think the colors are the only reason anyone should buy it. Like, literally keeping it as a cute little thing. Because this is not an ideal way to play any of this shit. It's a 1 in an 1/8 inch size screen. Do you think you want to read an RPG on that?
No.
They also put puzzle games on this.
Unreadable.
Like, literally, Puyo Puyo is going to be unplayable. Puyo Puyo on Game Gear has incredibly hard to read shapes and whatnot. Like, trying to play a fucking puzzle. Yeah, no.
For people who don't know, haven't looked up footage, Puyo Puyo doesn't even fill the whole screen. It fills half the screen with the puzzle.
Yeah. So
it's then super small sprites for the Game Gear original.
So you're talking not like 1 and...
So 2/3 of an inch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dire. This sucks.
Why'd they do this?
I don't know, but I'll buy one. I'll import one. I haven't decided what color I want, because I don't know. As neat as it is to be like, it's just a normal Game Gear, I'm like, no, I kind of want a yellow or a red or a blue Game Gear.
Did they release these colors in Japan? Like,
yes.
For the original? Okay.
Yes.
I was like, do people have nostalgia for these things that didn't exist?
They existed in Japan.
Okay.
Because Japan gets all the cool shit. I don't even know if the Game Gear is like as classic in Japan as it even is over here. I don't know what the sales look like. Keep in mind, Sega as a company didn't really do great in Japan on the console market side until the Saturn. Like, the Master System did great in Europe and Brazil and stuff. The Genesis did well in America, like way better than Sega had done anywhere in any other territory with any other hardware. But the Saturn like did gangbusters in Japan, and then they just stopped manufacturing it for the States. So this is weird. I don't even know if this matters to Japan. What a fucking mistake. Oh boy. Anyway, oh great. I'm really glad Summer of Gaming has announced that they're lying in wait to stab me. Casey, what's the deal?
Yes. They postponed given recent events, so they'll be doing their stuff June 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So look out for that. They're doing like multiple days of like small little reveals and panels and stuff.
That's the day that this podcast goes up.
Oh, that's great.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, next week it might be electrifying.
Yes.
We'll see.
Very excited to be streaming nonstop all week.
Yeah, and of course, like, this is old as hell news by the time this comes out, but apparently the PS4, like any PS4 game that's getting certified or submitted for certification starting July 13th has to be compatible with every feature on the PS5 in as much as it must run in the highest compatibility mode, meaning the boost mode equivalent on the PS5. That's good. I'm glad they're doing that, just like they did with the PS4 Pro. A lot of people are confused as to what that means because they assume it means
this ensures there will be more than 100 games at launch of PS4 wise that will be able to play on PS5.
I mean, they never really said that, but they kind of did. People are really confused. I look forward to launch when it's like, oh, there aren't like only 100 games that work. That was insane. But, you know, the more games that support the highest end mode on the PS5, the happier I am. Also, they, of course, postponed that PS5 event. So we still don't have a date on that as of right now, but maybe by the time this goes up, who knows? The future is unpredictable.
I was seeing a lot of people talk about it. I feel like if they're even gonna approach doing that next week, they'll end up doing it on that Thursday, because that Friday, the reviews for the Last of Us 2 will be out, and then the week after that game's out. So it feels like they're running out of room.
Yeah, no, my assumption was that they were going to do it 1 week later on next Thursday. And in fact, we're seeing certain people say that is the case, that it is next Thursday.
And we just had announcements of other things getting delayed to that next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine a lot of those announcements had to go in part after this PlayStation 5.
Yes, that is undoubtedly the case.
It definitely feels like they're just out of room if they don't do it Thursday, because then they don't want to step on what, reviews for their next big game. We don't know how it'll review, but, the reviews for that, and then the launch of that, and then if they wait 2 or 3 weeks, that's a little... Come on.
Come on, man.
Please. I'm turning to dust.
Oh, man. Yeah, it will be nice to have some optimistic gaming news instead of literally all the gaming news this week canceled.
So we're talking about mostly delays, or we're talking about delays and leaks a lot this week because nothing else.
And Sega coming out and farting twice into a microphone.
Someone said that fart was going to be really important, though.
It was the hugest fart of the week.
I got some good news.
Oh, really? Do you?
I guess they announced, and by announced, I mean it appeared on the Microsoft Store.
Yes, it's another leak. We know.
It's another leak.
Yeah, it was another leak. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning is coming on Augusting the 11th. This is that game that I guess Rhode Island owned because of grants or some shit and was like dead.
A baseball star made it or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that happened, but also EA partly had control over it, I guess, because they published, I think. But THQ Nordic acquired the rights like a year or two ago.
And 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago, and they said they were going to try and work with EA to see if they could get a remaster of it, and here it is.
That's cool.
I like
I'm
this
excited
game.
to give it a look. It's Grant Kirkhope did the music for that game.
He did, and it sounds exactly like Grant Kirkhope scoring a Warcraft game.
Oh. Boot up the gum commercials again.
Da 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 da. Double mint gum.
Oh no! I'll take that over Moscow.
That's cool. I think we did a Kingdoms.
Did we get a quick play out?
I don't know.
Or quick look? Or quick play?
Check it out.
It was like 80 years ago.
I remember I played this game for 2 hours. I want to tell the story because it's insane.
Okay.
Within the 2 hours, it broke to the extent of we couldn't talk to NPCs because the camera would just go to a random direction and not play any audio. The entire area ceased to load in, and our characters fell to the ground.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So hopefully that fixes it. Oh god, we did get a video up, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a video up. I'm looking at it. I may private this before this.
No, let me watch it at least.
Okay, I'll maybe let you watch it. Our old content sucks, everyone. Don't ever think I don't believe that.
Also, these guys THQ always comes up with the best remaster names. They're just so terrible you have to like it.
I mean, they're perfect.
They involve Re a lot.
Yes.
Re-Reckoning.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's
Hydrated.
Wait, Bob, what? How did I miss this news?
What's up?
Tell me your news.
Oh, yeah. Unless it sounded like Phil had something else to say about Kingdom Amalur. Am I wrong?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Project Cars 3 got announced.
Yes, that happened.
Yes, they just did that. It's coming out this summer sometime. It's directed by Paul, I can't say his last name.
Rashinsky, I assume.
He worked on MotorStorm, Drive Club, and Onrush. He was like the director on those. He's the director on this game now.
Yeah, I fucking follow him on Twitter and I missed this news.
Yeah, that's the only way I found out this game was happening. He tweeted it.
How did I fucking miss that tweet? Oh, right. The recent events.
Yeah. So
a lot of other tweets happening.
Yeah. But Project Cars 3 looks pretty cool. It looks like there's a sense of speed that the older games did not have.
I mean, it looks really cool, period. It weirdly enough, that trailer we saw, because that was the trailer during the Xbox thing, right?
No, that was Dirt 3.
That was Dirt 3.
Yeah, this is totally different.
So I've seen nothing on this.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I'm gonna do that quietly over here. You were saying something, Bob?
Yeah.
Speed?
More sense of speed, because old Project Cars game kind of felt like you weren't moving, even though you were going over 100. It was strange, but it seems like they fixed that up. Apparently, there's a ton of customization for your cars now, as far as under the hood stuff, like not as much physical alterations. And yeah, there's supposed to be a full career mode. It sounded a lot like old Gran Turismo games, so I'm pretty excited. And there's supposed to be all sorts of things like adjusting levels of, what do they call it? Handicap, but not that, like
ATB?
Yeah, like auto controls and stuff like that to make it easier to play on controllers. And then you can turn those off to get extra points for races, kind of like in Forza. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it coming out this summer is
crazy.
Surprising.
Yeah, no, this is nuts. For people who don't know, after he made Onrush, the team he was a part of just got shut down. Like they furloughed all those people, and then he went off and made a studio called Slightly Mad Studios, and somehow they ended up with Cars 3, Project Cars 3. That's nuts. I'm so happy for him because I really do like the MotorStorm games, and
yeah, I think Drive Club had a lot of potential, but it just wasn't realized.
Yeah,
they felt like they just had to launch it or something, and they couldn't finish it.
Mm-hmm. That's good news. I'm really excited that his studio's getting a game out already. Like, that's awesome. Phil, we're gonna start with your last bullet first because I'm very curious what the hell that's about.
Oh, you already addressed it on Twitter.
Oh, is that really it though? Just that
well,
Halo.
So let me fucking find it now. God.
Okay.
You brought a thing in the news, and then you're like, "Oh, fuck! You want me to talk?"
So there was the leak.
Man, I have to.
There was a leak. It basically, Halo Infinite will be real cool. It's going to support HDR and do something special about HDR. But the thing that I wrote is because they said they built their engine around Xbox Series X, and I'm just imagining every other version of that game.
Yeah, no, that seems like it could be really dire.
Please refer to the summary that Field did for Gamer Premonitions.
You know what? If every single last-gen version of a game is just bad, that's smart. That's smarter than making them not bad.
I know he's right because that means it's pushing the next-gen hardware, justifying people buying a really fucking expensive box at the end of this year. Making
like
it a better product.
If Halo Infinite is 544p and runs at 15 frames a second on the original Xbox One, good.
To put this in terms our audience might better understand, imagine Kingdom Hearts 3 also had to run on the PS3.
I thought you were going to say PS2.
I'm just thinking about
it feels now.
God. Actually, you know what, Bob? Yeah, you're right, because the gap between this gen of consoles and next gen is absolutely massive from an I/O front. The SSD and shit.
Right.
So you're not wrong to. But yeah, no,
Mario 64 has to ship on the Super Nintendo.
It's okay. It's using the Super Mario 2 chip or the Super Effects 2, the Mario processor.
Ooh.
But yeah, no. So the thing that comicbook.com made a tweet about is on Reset Era, Evil Boris, who does the video game HDR analysis for HDTV Test on YouTube, said the HDR is in the game, and from what they heard, it is likely to be special. And I'm like, oh, it's likely to be special, so it will look right and not be broken, like a lot of games as of late. For people who don't know, HDR is a very complicated thing to implement into your game correctly. Final Fantasy VII basically did what was the equivalent of taking an 8-bit image and just stretching it. So it's not true HDR in that sense. Not a lot of games have literally broken HDR. I think very few have done a perfect implementation. So I just assume it's that. I just assume it'll look really nice in HDR and look correct and not just be broken and bad. I don't know how you could have a truly special HDR experience.
Why
it
are you
works.
Here, Paul St. Peter?
Dynamic range beyond dynamic range awaits you.
Dandy, can you think of something offhand that had a good HDR mode?
Sony games usually do great.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it just God of War?
I mean, also Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
That's the funny thing. It's like, Dan, can you mention a thing that does HDR well? Sony.
I'm sure Halo Infinite will make great usage of ray tracing, the holy grail of graphics.
Yes, I've been told by Xbox that ray tracing is the only thing that matters. And that boost mode is bad.
Hell,
We don't have it.
KZ's dying, so we should talk about something that'll make him happy,
Yeah,
like
you
the
know
first
what?
Pokemon DLC.
I want some nice and positive news.
Okay, the first Pokemon DLC comes out on the 17th. Surely it'll have more than 90 minutes of content.
oh, you're serious?
I bet it will. I bet it will. I'm not horribly biased. I think it looks great. I haven't seen any of it. I saw they named those Reggies and it went, I still like those Reggie designs.
I watched this trailer just waiting for text to start appearing or announcers to start telling me what was going or what was happening to maybe give me some sort of excitement. Instead, it was just music, scenes. Here's one new Pokemon.
Die.
I miss Nintendo Directs.
I'm not going to be picking this up for reasons that are obvious.
Yeah, there's 100 better things to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Hashtag
will. I definitely won't until both are out, and it will depend on whether or not like people are like, yeah, that was real good.
Yeah, I'm more
But
interested in the second
Pokemon
DLC
Sword
based on their description anyway.
Pokemon Sword and Shield just makes me fucking tired at this point. I don't really want to think about it.
Yeah.
I want to know how much content there is in this. I don't want to buy it though, so I guess I'll just see reviews and stuff.
Bob's like, I'm going to watch a Let's Play and then say I played it.
No, I don't want to do that at all.
That's the one thing that's really nice. You can rest assured, Bob and I have never fucking done that in our entire lives. What
I
gaming
gotta be a part of the conversation.
people are like, what gaming YouTube channels do you watch? And I'm like, virtually none. I watch Turbo Views for my TurboGrafx 16 info.
Some good stuff on there.
It is hilariously game shirt energy. But that's cool for people who are looking forward to that DLC. I was more interested in the second one.
I was kind of interested in
Yeah.
the first one. I like the theme of the dojo and stuff. I think that's neat, but I have no idea what's actually in that.
You know, that does make sense because the second one's more focused on the wild area stuff, which you didn't like as much. So the first one would probably be more appealing.
KZ, they're both just new wild areas.
Yeah, they're both.
Yeah,
Are
the second
they?
one is
Also, I don't hate wild areas. I dislike the dichotomy between the story happens in the roots. The wild areas are just places to catch Pokemon, and they aren't custom.
No, I meant Bob said he didn't really engage
okay.
with the wild area very much.
That's true.
And,
I did the opposite. I broke the game because of the wild area.
Yeah, I know the Crown Tundra, they were really pushing like the underground ones with the legendary Pokemon raid battles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seemed
Yeah.
like they were adding anything to it, whereas the other one's like, we made a new wild area.
It's
There's
a
nothing
beach.
new in it.
Yeah, that first DLC seems a little dire. Oh well.
So scary times happening in the world. Lots of stuff happening both in America and abroad, and many scary things. But you know what? Everybody can get together and agree on allegedly
What's that?
What?
that you should give Randy Pitchford $20.
Oh, is that what? I didn't realize that was an ethical.
I guess I gotta go to
truth.
Steam. Let it go. Let me go.
Oh, Phil, what's the deal here? Why am I giving him $20? Is this
Are we
Benzo?
paying his bail or?
Yeah,
So
what's the deal?
Randy
what happened?
Pitchford, who I must remind you, once walked around a mall and tried calling the cops on people selling unlicensed merchandise at booths. Went, so you want to kill some cops? Buy Duke Nukem 3D. It's not on sale. Just give me $20
This week
this week
during this
during this.
might be the worst person in the entire gaming industry.
We can make a quick
The-
list if you want.
You know what? He's a contender. The worst that still walk free.
Oh my god.
Feels like for now.
I can't say Guillaume's name, but the co-CEO of Quantic Dream came out and made a tweet where they were like,
Our game is just like what's happening right now.
our game's just like what's happening right now. All lives matter, though. That's the important thing.
And then he
Okay, bye.
deleted it and made the exact same tweet, but saying Black Lives Matter. And then he deleted that when so many people pointed out his initial tweet.
It was fucking dire. It was so bad. Nothing's like promoting your product by saying, like, honestly, I think I might find his more repugnant than Pitchford, just because he's like, these trying times remind me a lot of this brilliant game I made. It's like, wow, no.
But it's so touching, Dan, that the androids sit at the back of the bus.
God, oh, please feel free to watch the Detroit Let's Play now.
You're reminding me of the thing that I saw this week that was just works on my machine is interchangeable with All Lives Matter.
works fine on my machine.
Society works for me.
Yeah.
It's strange, and yet you're perfectly fine with it. Oh man. Also, that son of a bitch, One Angry Gamer, still hasn't added me to his Traitors of America list.
You're not popular enough, I guess.
Fun fact, he added Cloudflare, the people who protect his website from DDoS, and WordPress, the people who power his website, to this list. But he's too much of a thin-skinned, cowardly, spineless bitch to stop using those.
God.
He also is familiar enough with the band One Direction to identify one of them as the talented member of One Direction, Traitor.
Yeah, no,
I'm still losing it over Scott the Woz, flimsy traitor. And I'm like, you know what? He does look a little flimsy. He could fall over.
I like my favorite interaction with One Angry Gamer on Twitter was me blowing them the fuck up, because apparently they follow us. And I was like, why the fuck do they follow us? I look at it, oh, it's because that time a YouTube channel stole my fucking footage and they wanted to get the scoop and I just ignored them. I made a post about it. David Jaffe comes in after One Angry Gamer posts interracial violence statistics and just goes, dude, okay, I tried to be considerate. I tried to understand you. I can't. I'm blocking your ass. I can't do this. And when David Jaffe came out and did that, that is the funniest shit in the world. Second place, however, goes to Gun Inaccuracies in Video Games, telling him to go fuck himself and that Black Lives Matters. And he's like, are you being serious? Do you want me to add you to the list? He's like, hell yeah, put me next to Guns N' Roses. Because it's an alphabetical list.
I will never forget just the funny factor of this statement that I may just use now, where someone says something and I'm like, do you really believe that, or are you just angry?
Yeah, because that's what fucking they said to me. Also, they put Patreon on this list. There's no way they don't have a Patreon.
Who knows for how long?
I assume. Maybe not. One moment.
I'm looking right now.
Oh, they do articles on how Patreon's bad.
Yeah, I don't think they have a Patreon. Probably because Patreon kicked them off.
I see that as incredibly possible. But yeah, no, what sad motherfuckers.
Man, the creator of Twisted Metal told him to fuck off. That's like half his identity as a stupid racist.
Yeah, I assume that's a very core game franchise to him of what's cool. At the same time, I think Twisted Metal is cool, so don't take, me condemning. Don't think I'm condemning every Twisted Metal fan. I just assume it absolutely is core to this person's identity. Traitors against America. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, that's it for gaming news. Hey, KZ, what do you have going on in the next week?
I have 3 Let's Plays running at the same time.
You're
don't
a
know how it's
madman.
happening.
You need to.
I know I'm a fucking madman, and it's hitting me every day of my life. During this time, however, I will try to appear in and do things with you guys, because you got that month happening.
Yeah.
And also Clubhouse games came out while we were recording this, so
What?
we need to play that.
Hot
What?
damn.
Yeah.
It's already out?
It's out.
It's out.
It's out.
God.
Okay.
Also, I checked. Online Play works. They let you make lobbies.
Oh my God.
Man, ArcSys should be taking tips from Nintendo.
Oh, they really should. Except for netcode. That's it for me.
Okay, cool. We're doing the Donkey Kong month, so expect to see random streams from us over on twitch.tv/GigaBoots, where we're going to play Donkey Kong 94, Donkey Kong Country, and eventually decide to die by playing Donkey Kong 64. Thank you for everyone helping us hit our stream goal. I'm really looking forward to 2 of the 3 streams I just referenced. Hey, Phil, what do you have coming out in the next week?
I don't know, because by the time you hear this, I will probably be done, barring a disaster, be done with Danganronpa V3, and I have no idea what I'm doing after that because it's in the hands of others.
All right.
I might be playing Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls, but if we don't hit that stream goal by the time I finish the game, I will be playing Wonderful 101.
Oh yeah, we're also got to do that PS5 stream whenever they do the announcement.
Yep. So just keep an eye out. You know, we're going to announce these things over on Twitter, of course. But that's it for now.
See, when I said what are you going to be doing in the next week, Phil should have been like fucking a cop's wife.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support the GB Podcast Network, head on over to patreon.com/GB Podcast, so that way you can get exclusive behind the scenes on stuff, other content. There's a lot of content. It's basically non-ending avalanche of content. So head on over there, become a $5 backer or a Podlord today. This month's GigaBoots videos have erupted into reality thanks to the money magic of our executive producers. Esme, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Spaceman Spiff, Star Falcon, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, Zenki Kongetsu, and Adam Admar. Thank you very much to our executive producers.
And also these guys.
If you want to become powerful like our executive producers, you can head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.